What is up, everybody? Welcome to Hat Fast Pod. It's your boy Corn. You already know what it is, man. Make sure you guys hit that like and that subscribe. A couple days ago, Paige decided to tweet out her farewell message to the WWE universe. I hate using that term, but they've been using it for so long. It's whatever. It's like second nature at this point. But Paige decided to tweet out to the WWE Universe her farewell letter, or farewell tweet, whatever the fuck. She says, July 7th will be the last day in WWE. I'm so thankful and I appreciate the opportunities that the company has given me. I will always be appreciative of the company that took in an 18-year-old British pale emo girl, and she was very much that. That didn't look like your average diva. That should be key of what era she came in. Giving me the chance of a lifetime and making me feel like a superstar. I know after my neck injury, taking me out of in-ring status, it was pretty hard to keep me around for as long as you did, and for that, I'm thankful for that too. Thank you to the WWE Universe. You guys are the most passionate group of fans I've ever seen. Yeah, that's a fact. Hope you continue to stay on this journey with me. I think the toughest part, weirdly enough, is having to let the Paige name go. But Saraya is a hell of a name. Kudos to my mom for that. For information, or FYI, whatever the fuck, I'm not saying I'll never be in the ring. That day will most certainly come again, wherever the return may be. Thank you, WWE, Saraya. Now, which is obviously Paige's real name. I was kind of unaware that Paige was still even employed by WWE. But now that we got this official message, I think we all know what's going to happen next. Because I know Edge's situation is different. Daniel Bryan's situation is different. Paige's neck injuries, apparently she's had more than one neck injury. Like, she's had a few neck injuries. And apparently hers is so severe that she cannot, like, it's like very, very unlikely for her to be back in the ring and to be able to perform at full, with her full potential. I'm going to be in the minority, first of all, and say this, and just get out the way. Paige is not one of the best wrestlers. Like, you got to realize when Paige came into WWE, yeah, she may have been one of the best wrestlers. I mean, you had her and maybe Natalya were the two best. So somebody hit me up in the comments and let me know if when Paige came into WWE, if there was anybody better than her and Natalya. But she came in during the Divas era. And she even put the word diva in there. She said, I didn't look like your average diva. Not female superstar, not WWE superstar. Diva. Now, I don't think she was the best one. I don't think she was even close to being one of the best, but she did have that fan reaction. Look, I liked Paige's presence. And I don't mean that like physically, like, oh yeah, she's hot, whatever. But I mean that as like literally as a female superstar, or I guess diva, whatever the fuck you wanted to call that back when she came into WWE, until the time that she retired or was forced to retire. She's always been a diva. Now, if Paige wants to come in to AEW and wrestle, I don't think she's going to be that addition that people think she's going to be. Especially with the upcoming free agents in the women's division of professional wrestling in the next 12 months. One of them being Sasha Banks. Now, would I love to see a Sasha Banks versus Paige, or I guess Saraya in AEW? Of course. There's a few key matchups I'd like to see between Paige, or I guess Saraya, and other female superstars or female wrestlers at this point. But if we're not going to get Paige at 100%, which we never will because of that injury, I don't necessarily know if I want to see that. You know, when Daniel Bryan first came back into WWE after his injury, I guess into in-ring status in WWE after his injury, it was exciting to see, but you also kind of cringed every time he took a bump. Now, not so much because it's been a few years. Paige, on the other hand, she's all, look. I'm not gonna sit here and say, you know, oh, she's very fragile, she's small, blah, whatever. So the injury might be whatever the fuck. I'm not, because trust me, I've seen those comments. I see the comments. I see all the comments on these tweets of people saying I don't want to see her. There's a lot of them saying I don't want to see her in AEW. I don't even want to see her in another ring again because her injury was so severe. But I gotta tell you guys something. If Ric Flair is still walking into a ring to wrestle in 2022, it's not the worst idea seeing Saraya walk into a ring and wrestle. I'm not one of those guys that's gonna sit there and worry about whether she's gonna look. If she has gone through all the medical procedures, she's going through all the stuff that she's had to go through, all the barriers and all this other stuff that she's had to go through just to be able to wrestle again, just to be medically cleared to wrestle again. I can't be mad at that. But the question is, where does she go? Where would she fit in? I would much rather see Saraya go to Impact than I would to see her go to AEW. Because AEW needs some serious work with that women's division. They just added another fucking mid-card title for the men. So they're in all kinds of disarray over there in terms of just adding more shit to their plate. Adding a Saraya to your roster, is it going to hurt the women's division? Absolutely not. It's only going to help it. But how much will it help? That's my only thing. It's like if you sign Saraya, you're going to be expecting more than what you're getting. That's just what it is. You may get a lot of fans coming to your shit, but she's not a needle mover. And I hate using that term too, just because of how much it was overused with, obviously in WWE last year. But she's not a needle mover. Paige is not. She's no longer a needle mover. She's been out for so long. Her wrestling was subpar at best. I'm sorry. And look, as a person, Paige is who Paige is. Or Saraya is who Saraya is. I don't know her personally, so I can't speak for her as a person. But as a wrestler, she was subpar. We're going to have to see what happens. She goes on, she went on Twitter, not on Twitter, on Twitch the other day. She had some Twitch live stream that she did. And she said, look, I'm not leaving WWE because I want to. They just don't want to re-sign my contract. I completely understand there's no hard feelings. But there's something else that she says while she was on Twitch. And Female Locker Room tweets this out and says, Paige opened up more on her leaving WWE via her Twitch. She said that it was WWE's decision not to re-sign her, not hers. She wanted to resign, but they had nothing for her. She pitched to work with Ronda, and let me tell you something, just before I even go on with this other stuff. She pitched to work with Ronda Rousey. That would have been awful. We just saw what Ronda Rousey looked like with Ronda Rousey trying to hold her own as a SmackDown Women's Champion in the middle of a ring with Shotzi Blackheart. So, you mean to tell me putting Paige in a feud or in an angle in some way, shape, form, or fashion, whether she's a manager or a wrestler or whatever the fuck, with Ronda Rousey, unless she's a mouthpiece for Ronda Rousey, I could stand by that. If Paige comes back and she's a mouthpiece for someone, a manager for someone, it's gotta work. It's gotta work because right now I don't see the need for Saraya anywhere unless it's Impact. That women's division in Impact Wrestling, it's probably the most legit women's division in all of wrestling. Look, I want all the smoke. If y'all have seen the women's division in Impact and the shows that they be putting on, fam, Fam, don't fucking talk to me about anything negative about the Impact Women's Division if you have not watched any of them fucking matches. I'm just saying that. But anyways, let me go on and finish this up. She says she would go to AEW if the money's right, but not cleared. She still feels 1,000%. So she's not cleared, but she says she feels 1,000%. Now, of course, you're looking at these comments, and even this guy's got the right idea. He says, I hope AEW doesn't get her. And I don't know what he means, like how he means it. Like, if he's just saying it just to be malicious or whatever. I don't know. But I 100% agree with them based off the sole fact that AEW doesn't treat their women right in the women's division. I wouldn't say all the women, right? Obviously, you got Jade Cargill. I'm glad that they're doing what they're doing with Jade Cargill. She is somebody that looks like Jade Cargill, I don't care what you say. Like, you got to put the belt on them. She's not the best wrestler in the ring, not even close. But she's good on the mic, and she's at least okay in the ring. And she's got the physique, literally, of a goddess. So yeah, I mean, look, she's literally swole, not like Big Swole, who was not big or swole at all, but she's legit swole. So I mean, look, AEW they've between Jade Cargill and Britt Baker, other than those two, they haven't really done anything with the women. And I don't really, even with Ember Moon going there as Athena now, and it's just like, ugh. Damned if you do, damned if you don't when it comes to leaving WWE and going to AEW. That's all I'm going to say about that. But look, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you guys want to see Paige go to AEW? Do you want to see Paige go somewhere else? She says, look, let's go back to this tweet she put up. She says, look, I'm not saying I'll never be in the ring. That day will most certainly come again, wherever the return may be. Let me know what you guys think, man. Let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, all that good shit. It's your boy Corn. This is Half-Ass Pod, and I am